I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man, man, oh there with the hands, thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can, got it on smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, they slept on the team that they owe me, I need a ring and a trophy, I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can call for the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This is something that we expected to see. McCaffrey used out of the backfield. 107 catches in 2018, the most in one season by an NFL running back.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. 36 yards on the play.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. King.
This is Jerick McKinnon, who missed the entire 2018 campaign. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Check 31. Check. Point it right.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Bryant will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready, 25. Come on, baby. Check. See what you got. 50, get up.
Throwing again. Ryan. Man open. That's Calvin Ridley.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Twist.
To throw is Ryan. Caught by Jones. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. But they also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Freeman. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan eluding the pressure right.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Gets it off to Freeman. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
A first down throw from Mayfield. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ryan, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Come on, D.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Stocker's got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw again is Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Ryan's throw caught by Jones. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
While sometimes it doesn't appear like much, the out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn to a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground, as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. Ryan, he's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken very short.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken short. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turned that because...
And Freeman lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. There he goes left side, and he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Ryan. And the catch is made by Justin Harney. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Ryan. It's finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 42 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Throwing again. Ryan. Incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
3rd and 2, now Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is McCaffrey. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Mayfield. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That's caught. It's Jarius Wright. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. 3rd and long for Mayfield. Trying for Wright, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Over the middle, complete. That's Freeman. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan flush to his right, to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to regain the lead. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he'll get into the end zone, so that pushes the lead up to 4. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Ryan. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
80 weapon. Check 50. Check 52. Check. Fresno.
To throw again. Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 17, Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Escaping, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Adrian Claiborne. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
The Falcons take over. Let's go, boys. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 27, Ryan. Caught by Jones. That's on the first guard selected in the draft back in April, Chris Lindstrom from BC. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. It's caught by Hooper. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Kill. 58. 22 jet bomber. Safety's gripping.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, express. Ready to go.
Now Ryan. And that is incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. It's Ross Cockrell that time that made the tackle. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Throwing now is Ryan. He'll buy some time right. Complete to Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Ready, blue 80, 25. Get ready.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
And finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Atlanta, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.